So I've grown to love the iPad mini over using this thing for over a month now, or just about a month, and let's explain why in this video. Coming up, let's go. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. I've grown to love the iPad mini. At first I thought it was actually too small when using it, but over a month it's like a product that just grows on you, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, first thing I want to say is that the iPad mini at $399 I think is attainable for a lot of people. Many people don't want to buy a $700, $800, even $1,000 iPad unless you're a professional user and you're trying to get the most power you can out of an iPad. I think a lot more people will be able to fork over $399 for example, or even $499 if they want the iPad Air. The budget iPad, the 2018 model, is still the cheapest entry into it and gives you a bigger screen, but I actually like this one better because of the CPU, A12 Monster under the hood, which gives this thing performance just like the Apple iPhone XS, for example. The second one is obviously the compact form factor, but I want to explain to you why this compact form factor has been something that made me love it. It's not just because the obvious, well, you buy an iPad mini because it's compact, duh, Nick. No, that's not why. At 0.66 pounds, 6.1 millimeters, it makes it an excellent around the house tablet and travel tablet. So when you throw this thing into your backpack, it actually, you barely even feel it's there. And if you have large enough pockets, you can actually fit the iPad mini in a back pocket, for example. So the compact form factor really has played a big role there for me. Also in bed, I find the large iPads a little bit awkward when watching a movie or doing something in bed unless you have a stand for it, but this one you don't even need a stand. It's light enough to use, and I like that. In addition, when you are typing on the iPad mini, it's a lot easier to type this way. Like you can thumb type on this, hey, what's up, right here. And you could thumb type a lot easier because the keyboard, the screen's small enough that you can type this way in landscape very easy. Same goes for the portrait mode. Hey, what's up? So it's almost like iPhone typing on the iPad mini, which I do love. So if you're the type of person who doesn't want an external keyboard, the iPad mini is one of the best options in iPad land. So yeah, overall that compact form factor has been amazing, super thin here. And if you're doing, cooking around the house, you need a cooking recipe or something like that, it's a great kitchen companion as well. So traveling as well, like if you're going on a plane or something, you want to pack really light on the go, the iPad mini is hard to beat. And even businesses, if you're trying to use this as like a transactional tool, like to, take payments from customers and you want to use something, in the business, you could set this up and you can have them pay by the iPad mini. So really, there's a lot of uses just dropped. There's a lot of uses of this tablet right here. Thumbs up on the form factor. It grows on you after using it a while. Okay, so the next reason that I love it is having the A12 CPU in the iPad mini just gives me that confidence that I'll be able to use this tablet for years to come, and I won't have to upgrade it if I so choose, unless they come out with one that stretches the screen and it's an iPad mini. That's going to be really awesome if they decide to do this. But the iPad mini right now with the A12 just runs flawlessly. It doesn't have ProMotion, so again, you're not going to have the smoothest display on the iPad, but you really don't think about that unless you're comparing them side by side. So overall, I gotta say, I just absolutely love the iPad mini when it comes to the A12 CPU. And if you had a 4th generation or you just bought one, try to return it to get the iPad mini 5, because they're around the same price and you get a much better processor here in this device that should last you a long time. So that's a key reason for me. The next reason I've grown to love the iPad mini 5 is the Apple Pencil support here. So I really liked jotting notes down on here. Taking notes on this has been really excellent because you have a lot of journals out there that are really small. This kind of feels like a little digital journal, and being able to just write things down quickly on the go is really nice here for the iPad mini. Now, I found it a little bit cramped for drawing, so if you're going to be doing anything more than some quick doodles, I think that you might want a bigger screen for really exploring your artistry. But here, when it comes to just taking notes, it's just really an excellent experience, and I think that it's going to be great there. In addition, using this as a tool to swipe through the iPad gives you a level of control you never had before. So if you're trying to hit those little links and stuff like that, or if your hand's getting tired, you want to use this as a tool, it's great too. There's nowhere to magnetically attach it, so you do need a case that supports holding the Apple Pencil, or you likely will lose this thing at least a couple times in your ownership experience. But the iMovie application or any other editing tool like LumaFusion, for example, will get a level of fine-tuned control you never had before. So if you do edit on your iPad, the Apple Pencil here with the iPad mini is essential for getting that fine-tuned editing going on. It will really speed up the process. So the dream of editing on an iPad mini finally comes true here with the 5th gen. So next up is the display. Now I actually find the display on the iPad mini quite nice. Now it's actually bright enough for sure. It's not the brightest iPad on the market, but it's definitely bright enough for sure, and everything looks nice and crispy as it's one of the highest resolutions. Now I do like the inclusion of True Tone. It really does help the eyes in certain lighting conditions. I just think overall it just has a really good display here. Yes, it's the Retina display we've been seeing for quite some time, but adding True Tone here is just really takes it up a little bit, because it gives you that more comfortable feel on the eye depending on the lighting conditions. So I gotta say, for the iPad mini, still not AMOLED or anything over the top, but the display is very respectable. I still like it, even though sometimes I do miss ProMotion. The only negative of this display is that because of the aspect ratio, it does have quite big black bars, but that's kind of like for most iPads, but still it's plenty big enough and definitely bigger than most smartphones. And my final reason why I've come to love this tablet is that it does what I want my iPhone XS Max to do. It does what I want my iPhone 8 Plus to do. It allows me to split screen here when I couldn't do that on the iPhone. Now I think that the iPhone has plenty of large enough screen to do stuff like this, but Apple refuses to put it on their phones right now. So this is the smallest product you can get that can do this productivity type stuff right here. Now, yes, it's not the most in-depth, split screen out there, but still, I mean, you can do quite a bit with this tablet here because of that. Also, running the iPad OS gives you the dock right here, which you could populate with as many apps as you would like, but you can populate with plenty of applications. So running iPad on such a small screen really just has been fun to use. Like, it has those features that I kind of miss not having when using the iPhone, specifically, the split screen, the dock, stuff like that. So really do like using this from a productivity standpoint. So in conclusion, the biggest reason I have learned to love the iPad mini, though, of all the ones I just mentioned, is the lightness. That's got to be the #1 reason. I just like that it's under a pound. It's super light to carry around, tote around wherever you go. This is the thing I think you'll notice the most. It just weighs basically nothing. I don't think this is the best iPad for people who want to replace a laptop, or at least try to do so on mobile. It's a little bit too small for that, but this is an excellent companion device to your iPhone. And I think that even though it's a niche product, if you gave it a chance, I think you'd be very pleased with the iPad mini. So let me know your thoughts down below. Do you got an iPad mini 4, 3, 2, or did you get the 5? Let us know what you think about the iPad mini. Remember, this is my first experience, so that's why it's kind of like, what is he talking about? The iPad mini has been out forever, but still, for me, this is a first time experience, and I've been loving it here on the A12. And yes, there's a lot of things you could say that aren't so great about this tablet, but I'm not here to talk that negativity. If you guys found this video helpful, entertaining, informing, do me a favor, click that like button for me. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more. And Nick here helping you to master your technology. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to be well, and peace.